Today we've got a wood bending situation here. We've got a lavatory that we're working on for an airplane, and this is part of it. The refreshment drawers go in here. And this has got a slight arc in it right here, and we've got to bend this piece of 3-ply veneer over that. And as you can see, that is not going to bend over there without breaking and causing us problems with bubbles and separations right there. So what we're going to do is steam bend this. We're actually going to put it in a little steam box and get ready to bend it. Okay, this is our little jig that we've made to bend the piece of veneer. And what we did is cut this out on the table saw by running it diagonally across the blade. That gave us a little arc in there. Did take a little experimenting and a couple of trial pieces to get it exactly the proper arc that we needed to go around that curve. I've marked the veneer here. You can see this is our center line where the bend is going to take place, and this is our line that's going to index us on the bending jig, right there. Once I get it steamed, I'm going to take this piece of conduit that has a wooden dowel that we turned, 2 flats on the end. We're going to stick that right down in there, very carefully, and bring it over to the edge of the table and clamp it down. And I've got a very high-tech bending system here. We've got a whistling coffee pot. It consists of a basic hot plate that you can pick up anywhere, and a whistling tea kettle that you can get most any place. It is stainless steel so that we don't have any chemicals like aluminum or anything like that leaching into our steam box. I've plugged the hole with high temperature silicone and put a pipe in right here, and it has a little silicone going around the bottom of it, and then I just screwed it in. Works out pretty well. I was having a little bit of leaking back here around the handle, so I took a little silicone and put it around there as well. And this is our bending box right here. We've got it wide open there. This is a little table latching clip. It works out quite nicely. All right, what I need to do is get the hose so no water will settle in the hose as it cools off. And that should do it. All right. And I'm going to put this in our box. And actually the jig for the alignment for the jig, bending jig, is also going to just help me keep this straight right in here. I'm going to put the bend kind of right in the middle. All right, I'm going to close this box up, clamp it in there, put a slight elevation on it so the water will drip out the back. And I've got a handy plastic bucket here to catch anything that drips. I'm going to give that about 20 minutes. And then we'll put it in the jig. All right, it's been 20 minutes and our veneer is nice and hot. I'm going to move a few of these things out of the way and turn our tea kettle off and get this down here as well. All right. Got our bending jig. We do have it labeled so that we have the correct side facing me. All right, here we go. We don't have a whole lot of time because it is thin. It's going to cool off pretty rapidly. Here we go. You can tell it's pretty flexible. Line up my lines here. Push this down. Let's see if I can get a just temporarily on that end. Let's get a little bit closer. There we go. And one for the other side. Okay. I'm just going to kind of uniformly pull them down until the bottom's out. Go. All right, and there we are. It's in the jig and it's bent, and we're going to let this sit until tomorrow, and we'll take a look at it then. Bring apart. Hold that. And that one. Let's raise this up. Slide it out of there. You can see that it's got a pretty nice little bend in it right there. I'll move that out of the way and pull our piece up here. Try and face that towards you and see if it's up high enough. It is. So that is going to fit pretty nicely right on there. And you can see that's going to go right around that corner. Just takes a little bit of pressure to push it down. And when we put our piece of wood over top of it to clamp it, that should press it down nicely. We won't have any air bubbles in there or anything like that. As you can see, we've got some water stain on this, but we can remove that. We're going to sand the whole thing after we get finished, but right now we'll consider getting things trimmed up and get ready for glue. All right, we've got the completed project here. The veneer went on quite nicely, bent right around there. It's got a little sand through on the paint there, so that's not a hole. But our watermark is still just slightly showing, but it's going to get painted, so that's not a real issue. Got no air bubbles in there at all. It's nice and firm. I took a flush trim bit with a router, went around the back side, and right now it's all sanded down to 400 grit sandpaper. And that's about it for this project of bending veneer. We will be posting some more things pretty soon. Take care.